Alright, what is good everyone? It's your boy Darth Sora, and I just got back from the movie theater. I watched The Rise of Skywalker for the second time. Now, watching it for the second time actually was really amazing because when you first see a movie, especially a movie like this, the ending to the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy, and just a Star Wars movie for, a huge nerd like me, I'm so invested in, what's new, what I'm gonna find out. There's so much information and like little mental checklists going on in my head that there's a lot of little details that you miss out on. And watching it for a second time, a lot of these little details I missed out on, I got to appreciate a lot more, and it just made me really happy. Like, I really enjoyed a lot of like the homages they paid in this movie, a lot of little things that they made that made this movie special. So shout outs to the whole team that worked on this movie for doing this movie justice and just doing Star Wars justice when it comes to honoring a lot of the things that make Star Wars Star Wars. Now, the biggest thing I want to talk about are two things. Not only did I just hear that I loved a lot of things about this movie, especially seeing it for a second time and being able to appreciate things that I kind of missed the first time. There is one thing that I seen that I didn't really mind when I watched it the first time, and now I'm way more critical of, and that is Palpatine and his role in this movie. Not the fact that I don't think he should have came back, or I'm against that, because I'm not. I like Palpatine. He's a super cool character, and he's the ultimate villain in Star Wars. Like, you can never top to him. I think that's part of the reason why they wanted to bring him back. It's how you're gonna outdo Palpatine. He's, the Emperor of the Universe. He shoots lightning out of his hands. He manipulates everyone so well. Like, he's a super cool character. But when I seen the trailer for the first time way back when they were first teasing The Rise of Skywalker, obviously when I heard Palpatine laughing, I was so excited, and it was like, okay, he's coming back, but how? And we all expected to understand what happened to Palpatine and how he was able to come back when seeing this movie, and it never happened. We literally start out the movie, Kylo Ren on, it seems to be Mustafar, killing all these creatures, getting the Sith holocron, going to Exegol, and he's talking to Palpatine. Palpatine manipulating, per usual, when they meet up. But we see Palpatine, and then later on we get no explanation. We just, see that he wants Rey. He finally gets Rey. He wants Rey to strike him down. She doesn't do it. She calls him weak. Then Ben comes to her aid. He kind of bodies both of them. And then all the Jedi talk to Rey. You already know the story afterwards. But we didn't get any explanation of what happened with Palpatine and how he was able to survive, what he's kind of been doing this whole time. We got to see the result of what he's been doing this whole time. We got to see the whole fleet, and you kind of hear his ideas, the final order, and how he was going to take over the planet and pretty much blow up any planet that doesn't, concede to him. So we got to see the result of everything he's been working on since, he was pretty much manhandled, I think is the best way to say it, by Darth Vader and thrown down, the shaft of the Death Star. Ever since then, we got to see that. Then we got to see the result of everything. We got nothing in between. And I think they honestly dropped the ball on that. At least a little bit of context on what happened with Palpatine and how he was able to, revive himself and build this whole crazy fleet, and who's the people that are with him and how did he get to Exegol. Just something, some type of context would have been nice. And now rewatching it for the second time, kind of thinking like, okay, there's no wow factor of like, oh my god, it's Palpatine. Oh, Palpatine's here, that's cool. But how is he here? Like really pressing that, whole idea is something that kind of made this movie lose some, cool points with me. That's something I really think they dropped the ball on. Now, that brings me to my main point of this second review of The Rise of Skywalker, and that is something I want to say directly to J.J. Abrams. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm actually a former Super Smash Bros. Professional player. I competed for about 10 years. I was a professional for about 5 or 6 of those years. Multiple sponsorships, being ranked, top 50 in the world a couple different times. The list goes on and on. I could talk about that forever. But if you guys don't know, the most recent Super Smash Bros. Game is called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And one of the biggest things about this game is they were saying that everyone's here. Anyone that has been in Super Smash Bros. Before, character-wise, are going to return in this game. Now, I bring that up because that's how this movie, and just at least 8 as well, felt. A lot of the characters from the original trilogy that were very important and vital to the story returned. Now, I only say 8 because Yoda came back in 8 as a Force Ghost, kind of guiding Luke. But in 9 specifically, we had literally almost everyone besides Obi-Wan and Yoda. But like I said, we got Yoda in 8. You have Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, C-3PO, R2-D2, Lando, Palpatine, obviously a really big one. Who else did we have? There's just a lot of characters that we had that were in this movie. Besides one very, very important character, when it comes to really important characters, we were missing one. Who is that, you might ask? That is none other than Darth Vader, or Anakin Skywalker. Was not in this movie at all. The Rise of Skywalker, the conclusion of the Skywalker saga. If you guys know, George Lucas has said time and time again, the story of Star Wars is the story of Anakin Skywalker, the rise, the fall, the redemption. Obviously, Anakin is super vital, being the father of Luke and Leia, grandfather of Kylo. He's like inherently involved in the story a lot, but he doesn't show up. Somehow, Palpatine, with no explanation, returned in the flesh. Which is a really big point that I want to make. And Anakin had a couple voice lines. Not as a Force Ghost, which we know he is, because at the end of episode 6, we see Anakin's Force Ghost. That's a whole different topic. I know some people wish they kept Shaw and then they replaced him with Hayden. I know that's a whole different topic for a different time, but Anakin's Force Ghost should have made an appearance, or Anakin should have made some type of appearance in this movie. He had to. I think it's very important, and the biggest ball they dropped with this movie, and just one of the most disrespectful things to George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, with the conclusion of, this saga. The fact that they didn't include Anakin or have him be any vital role in the conclusion of his story. This is literally his story. When I go back and I watch, there's so many different parts you can have Anakin come in. When, Rey is obviously needing that inspiration, is calling out to the Jedi, having him come back there. Or when Palpatine throws Ben down the shaft, like, I'm going to throw you down the shaft just like, Vader did to me. Boom. Then you have like the Force Ghost of Anakin stop Ben from falling into the hole, lift him back up, start talking to Palpatine, transferring his power, into Rey or to Ben. They could have done a multitude of things, with Anakin, but just have him involved. Like, come on, how do you bring back Palpatine with no real explanation? Which I know we're probably going to get a different time, but in the movie we got no explanation, and you couldn't actually do anything with the character of Anakin Skywalker, despite pretty much bringing back everyone else, despite, bringing back Palpatine. Palpatine is the one side. Who else is like very directly involved with Palpatine? Anakin Skywalker. Palpatine's here. Oh wait, no. Anakin's not here. It's just, man, that just makes me so upset. So my big thing is, J.J. Abrams, what do you have against Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker? How do you accumulate the story of Anakin, not involve him, include everyone else but him, and think it was okay? Like, I'm going to say time and time again, I still like this movie. I think JJ did a great job with so many different aspects of this movie. And I don't think people have been giving him enough credit for it. But when it comes to this ending and not including Anakin, after everything he's done, all these little details he's added in, besides that, is just mind-blowing to me. And I don't mean to be negative, because like I said, I could never hate on Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan through and through. It's in my blood. I've been here since I can remember, being a huge fan. But it's just something I'll never let go, and something I'll just never understand. So, hope you guys enjoyed like the second kind of discussion about the Rise of Skywalker. I do enjoy this movie, and I definitely enjoyed it a little bit more the second time around, just because I was able to appreciate a lot of things that I wasn't able to appreciate the first time. And, you know, I like Star Wars. You know, I like The Rise of Skywalker. I like the sequel trilogy. I like the original trilogy. I like the prequel trilogy. You know, I like The Last Jedi. I like The Phantom Menace. I like them all. I like Attack of the Clones. I like Solo. I like Rogue One. I like the TV shows. I like them all. But definitely can still be critical. Still love it and be critical. And I'm going to be critical about JJ's decision, or whoever wrote the story, their decision to not include Anakin. At least have, you know, give him a decent role like they gave Palpatine. Just do something, man. Like, come on, that's my boy. That's my freaking boy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this second review. I hope you guys agree with a lot of the points that I made. And tell me how many times you've seen the movie. You know, how many times did it take you to sway your opinion? Have you had your opinion changed seeing it more times than one? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, may the Force be with you, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.